Hi, welcome to the channel, Chris and Laura, and another episode of Fire and a Story. This one, I used to have I think it was a Kawasaki 400 4-stroke. Maybe it was a 250 4-stroke. I can't remember. A friend of mine, Mark, got it for me, or found it for me. Anyhow, we were out riding these things one day. Back in them days, Mark, he was quite a motorcycle rider. He'd get on them 2-strokes and sail right over the top of a 100-foot tabletop and never touch the top of that thing. He was pretty good on one of them bikes. Well, he had a few friends, and along with myself, we'd go out and play this game called Follow the Leader. 9 times out of 10, I couldn't follow. I wasn't brave enough. Them boys are sitting on them dirt bikes, you know, and you wait, and they're gone. I'm back here just puttering right along with them, you know. Wait for me, guys. So, anyhow, I go out one day, and we're going to go out into the pastures and play the Follow the Leader game. And it was myself, a friend of ours we called Bags, of course Mark, and there was a younger kid there, and I can't remember what his name is for sure, but for the guys that were there, they'll know who he was. Anyhow, we get out, we're hot rodding all over the hills, and I learned that 4-stroke could climb quite well. And they had some jumps I could do, some of them I just had to go around, you know. I couldn't do them things. And the object was if you were going to do something and you chickened out, you couldn't lead anymore. You had to go to the back of the pack. The only one that stayed out front was the guy that did everything. So I was always in the back. I couldn't do everything. Well, we're running around the bottom of the canyon. And these guys are finding all kinds of things to hop over. It was actually kind of neat following behind them, you know. And Laura's sitting right there. She's watching. Say hi, babe.
Hi.
So, to sit behind these guys, it was kind of neat, you know, just watching them hop over stuff. And there we're flying. We're out for quite a while, a couple hours playing on these bikes. And we're scooting along, and I'm getting quite a little bit more comfortable on this bike. And come around the corner, and I see Mark. He's out in the lead, and he does this little hop thing. And then he kind of slides sideways and goes like that. Well, I thought he was waving at me. And I seen the next guy go over. That was Bags, and he hopped right over that thing. Mark's waving again. Well, by this time, I'm kind of committed. He wasn't waving at me. He was trying to wave me off, flag me away. Don't follow us. Well, when I got there, it turned out to be a washout. And it was wide enough that the bike would not touch end to end if you were just to set it there. It was pretty big. You could have turned the car sideways and dropped it into this thing. And them first 2 boys, well, Mark, he didn't expect it to be that big, and he got hopped over it, and he's turning around trying to flag us off. Well, Bags was too far up Mark's butt on his bike, and it caught him by surprise as well. Well, they had the good bikes, and they got over that hill. The young kid was in front of me. He scooted off to the side. I just kept right on going, and when I got there, it was, well, you know what goes through your mind at that point. And I dropped as many gears as I could, and I hit that throttle, and that big old heavy 4-stroke, all it did was just go faster. The front end didn't come off the ground. I didn't pop a wheelie. No, I went faster. And I didn't make it at all. I hit that other bank so hard. Before we went out, I usually wore just regular work shoes, cowboy boots or something. Well, Mark had some actual motorcycle, motocross racing boots. So I wore them that day, and I'm glad I did. Because when I hit that bank on the other side, my body left the motorcycle, okay? My hands, however, did not get the signal from the brain to let go. You don't need this bike anymore. Don't stay on it. Let go. No, my hands, they held tight. And we hit that bank on the other side with such force that it bent the front forks back. I think it was like 3 inches, 2 or 3 inches. It was almost touching the front end of the engine. The wheel was. Oh, we hit hard. And my hands didn't let go. My legs raked the handlebars all the way up. And then we hit those boots. And I'm so glad I was wearing those boots. Otherwise, I would have left a lot of my shins on the handlebars. And yet, even as my feet passed my hands, they still decided to hold on. And I flipped over backwards, and I hit that ground on my back so hard I lost all the wind I had in me. Mark and Bags, they come running over there and trying to help me, They got a hold of the bike, and they got it pulled up, and they got me picked up off the ground, and oh, it knocked the wind out of me so bad, so bad. Well, the bike still ran, and it still steered. It was a lot shorter. So I followed them around for a little while longer, because, well, in case the bike didn't make it, they were my ride back, to the house. But they messed around a little bit longer, and we got that bike back into town. And one day Mark had stopped over, and he thought, how are we going to fix them handlebars? I have no idea. Or not the handlebars, the forks, the tubes, that sit on both sides of the. They went crooked. They weren't straight no more. So Mark gets this idea. Let's chain it up to the tree and chain it up to the Suburban. You remember this in the yard. We were in town. We had that little yellow house on the corner. Yeah. And so we hooked the back end of the bike up to the tree in the yard. And the front of them forks we hooked up to the Suburban. And I started giving it a little bit of a pull. And Mark's out there, a little further, a little further, a little further. Well, every time we'd relax, the bend would go back. We'd straighten them out, we'd just flex it. And then they'd bend right back. Finally, Mark's like, hit a little harder, hit a little harder. And we hit it hard enough that Mark's face was, oh! We might have overdone that. And he's still, whoa, stop. Stop, and we let go, and when everything had relaxed, it went back to all but perfect. It rode fine. I was still scared of cracks in the road, but it rode just fine. So, folks, I sure hope you enjoyed the story today. If you like these, let me know down in the comment section, if you like them. I got plenty of stories. I can come up with some sort of a lie to tell you. Not really. Most of them are, well, all of them are real life. Not all of them are mine. Some of them might be somebody else's story. But if you like it, let me know. We'll do some more of them. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Doesn't cost you a dime, and it sure helps out the channel a lot. Like it, share it with a friend. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.